Women's football has a major issue. ACL injuries are becoming a huge risk to female footballers and at an ever increasing rate. It is believed that a female footballer is anywhere between 2 and 10 times more likely to suffer an ACL injury compared to their male counterparts. By the end of 2022, 5 of the top Ballon d'Or contenders for the year had suffered ACL injuries, including the current holder of the award, Alexia Putellas. This was just the tip of the iceberg of an ever-growing list of players succumbing to this injury. But why is this happening, and what makes women footballers more susceptible, and what could be done to prevent this? Obviously, injuries can happen to any athlete any time, and can just be down to bad luck. However, it isn't just bad luck that makes women so much more likely to suffer a torn ACL. One major contributing factor is the sudden rise in popularity of women's football, which has subsequently given a rise to the intensity of the game and the amount of stress put on a female footballer's body, causing increased fatigue. As male footballers are typically scouted and put into academies at younger ages, typically around 10 years old, their bodies are given much more time to adapt to these stresses of playing elite football and given access to the top equipment and training programs to help build up the strength required to prevent these injuries. Typically, female footballers only begin playing at this higher intensity later on in their careers. There is also a physiological factor at play. Male footballers tend to have bowed legs, whereas female footballers will have straighter legs or even knock knees, and this can drastically increase the risk of an ACL tear. Along with this, women tend to have less room in the joint, which means the ligament is more likely to break whilst under stress. The physiological differences also make female footballers more susceptible to repeat injuries. The typical reconstructive surgery will take tissue from the tendon at the front of the knee to repair the tear in the ACL. Although the link is harder to prove, there is also a belief that the football boots that are used could be a contributing factor. Previously, boot manufacturers only made one kind of football boot that was designed around the shape of men's feet. The difference in size and shapes of women's feet compared to men meant that boots were likely not helping to prevent injuries. Boot manufacturers are beginning to change this, with boots designed specifically for women being introduced ready for the Women's World Cup in 2023. Women's football as a whole has suffered from a lack of research and development in the sport, but this lack of research also leads to increased injuries. Male footballers are seen as high-value assets, therefore vast amounts of money are put into research to seek ways to prevent serious injuries in these male footballers. As female footballers were not seen as high-value assets, research hasn't been put into preventing injuries specifically for women. Hopefully, with the recent rise in popularity in the women's game, more money will go towards helping prevent these injuries from occurring and making women's football a much safer sport for everyone involved. If you enjoyed this video, we'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and gave this video a like. Here at Reverbium, we discuss all things sport, gaming, TV and movies, so everyone should hopefully find something they enjoy on the channel.